This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
This is Mission Pulse. We spotlight ministries making a difference where you live, across the country, and around the world. This week we sit down with the Potter's Hands Foundation in Corning, New York. With me, founder and executive director, Deb Kuehner. What is the Potter's Hands Foundation?
So the Potter's Hands Foundation is a faith-based nonprofit organization based in the southern tier of New York dedicated to helping women who have survived sex trafficking and sexual exploitation rebuild their lives. Our mission is to provide a safe, secure residential environment where they receive trauma-informed support, mental health counseling, physical, emotional, spiritual care, life skills training, educational support, career and employment assistance, and we just want to help them rebuild their lives so that they can have healthy relationships and success reintegrating into the community.
Tell me what would happen the first day, the first week or month that they're in your program.
When they first come to us, we ask them to commit to a year so that they have time to really begin their healing journey. And the first 30 days is kind of a blackout period where they're not allowed to really be in touch with anyone because we want to make sure the people they are reaching out to are safe for them to be in communication with. But it is obviously much more than a bed and a place to sleep. It's a long-term process that addresses their physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual needs. So in addition to the safe and secure housing, we do individualized case management, trauma-informed care, medical care, most of the time actually, mental health services, substance abuse recovery, life skills education. We talk a lot about having healthy boundaries in their relationships. We teach them about financial independence and obviously, spiritual care as well. And it's really important for them to have the opportunity to build community because it's something that they haven't had the opportunity for. Oftentimes we help with legal services. We provide daily structure. And then, when they finish our program, we work on transition planning and provide aftercare support.
Can you paint a picture of how difficult it is for these women? The average person that you have plucked out of sex trafficking, how did they get into it in the first place?
Sadly, the majority of them have been first abused by their own families. Many of them have been trafficked by their own families. And usually it starts with just unhealthy family systems, drug and alcohol abuse, families who are bringing drugs into the home and they become addicted and they don't have the money to pay for their own addiction, so they use their children, sadly.
And it's, pretty crazy. You look out the window and Corning, New York looks like a pretty normal place, and yet this is happening right outside the door. It's a very commonplace thing to have human trafficking happening in the southern tier.
Yeah, it happens everywhere. When I'm speaking out in the community, I often ask how many of you have ever seen anything on the news about heroin or meth. If you have drugs in your community, you most certainly have sex trafficking in your community because drug dealers know that they can make more money off of selling humans than they can the drugs. And they can sell you over and over and over again.
Do you have success getting these women out of the system, or do you find that many of them choose to go back into it?
When we first started, we had less success, I will say, in getting them to where they want to be, but we actually have a very high success rate. One of the things that we've learned over the years is obviously not everyone who needs help is ready to receive it. So one of the things that we have done is developed a successful intake strategy to ensure the women that we accept into our program are truly ready to begin their healing journey. That starts with them filling out an application, us doing an initial interview, sending them our guidelines ahead of time so that they can review them and agree to the structure that we have set in place. And then we do a Zoom interview so that we can kind of see them face to face and they can see us. Because it's not just about us helping them, but it's about them feeling like we are the right program for them and that they are the right person for our program. So it's kind of a two-way street. And since we've really started being a little more diligent in our initial interview intake process, we've had a much higher success rate. Many years, it's 75 to 80% graduate rate.
What is Potter's Hands working on right now?
We are so excited because we are in the process of renovating a home for our new transition program. We actually have another Christian ministry, 8 Days of Hope, who are coming down to work with us in August to help us finish the home. And it's really designed to bridge the gap between our residential recovery and independent living. After they complete our residential program, they will have the opportunity to continue their healing journey in a supportive, structured environment so that they can continue to develop confidence in the skills they need for long-term success. We also are desperately in need of a couple of reliable vehicles because our van that we use now is on its last leg. And so we are in the beginning stages of looking for a reliable SUV and something else that we can use to help transport our transition program residents to work and other appointments.
Why do you do this? It is a lot to rescue women out of places that are this dark. Tell me a story that keeps you going.
I do this because of women like Emily, whose name has obviously been changed for the purpose of this interview. But Emily came to the Potter's Hands Foundation carrying the weight of years of trauma, addiction, and sexual exploitation. Like many of our survivors, she arrived feeling broken and uncertain that a different life was possible. But throughout her journey, she faced tremendous obstacles, including a battle with cancer that required extensive treatment. She actually completed our program and then shortly after graduating discovered that she had 2 types of cancer. And so we lost touch with her for a few months because she relapsed. And it was heartbreaking because she had done so well. We continued to try to reach out to her, and eventually she reconnected with us after a night where she overdosed and was brought back to life and reached out and said, I need to go to detox. So we took her to a detox place, and about a week later, she came back to our program where we walked her through her chemo and radiation treatments and all the different things that she had to do to stay alive, first of all, and then continue to work on the trauma from everything that she'd experienced previously in her life. And one of the cool things is that Emily had an opportunity to go on a missions trip to Ecuador with the local church, and it truly was life-changing for her. She is just an amazing human being. Watching her today and seeing how strong she is, you can literally see the joy exude from her, and she just loves Jesus so much. It's really a beautiful, incredible thing to witness, and that's why we do what we do, because her journey is a testament to the mission of the Potter's Hands Foundation. Providing women who've experienced sexual exploitation with the time, support, and resources they need to move from surviving to thriving is why we do what we do.
Potter's Hands Foundation founder and executive director Deb Kuehner, thank you so much for your time and for your work. It's dark, it's hard, and you show up every single day, and it really is an honor to spotlight what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Learn more at thepottershandsfoundation.org.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.